Good rock. I'm trying to do the shorts thing as well. I don't know. Why am I always in like? Why am I always in 380p? Why am I always in that? Why am I always so? Why not even 480? Why am I so? Why am I in such low res? Can I make myself not low res for 1 minute? Ketchup, I agreed, Ketchup. We'll get to the game in a second. How do I make myself not low res? How? Video quality. Settings. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted looks fine to me. It looks so crunchy to me. I was trying to do clips earlier and I was like, oh, let's go to my YouTube channel just to get some clips from it like a normal clipper would. But it looked crunchy. It looked so crunchy and I was like, damn, I can't clip like this. I can't do that. That's too crunchy to clip. Also, I know I like streamed 1 hour ago, but I decided that I am in streaming mood again. Like on my version, it looks so, I can't even read the chat. It's so crunchy. That's how bad it is. I can't even read my own chat on the screen. Like on the YouTube, not on the stream itself. I can't read it. It's all Why can't my quality be higher than 380? Why? How do I make it better? Set your resolution to 180. Configure OBS with a bitrate. I just want 720 maybe. 720 would be better. I have to go to OBS and do it. Appearance? No. Stream? Output. Resolution scale in OBS. Where do I find that? Where's the resolution scale in OBS? Where's the resolution scale? This is such a bomb. I don't even know what we're listening to. My headphones on. Okay. Well, you know, we'll figure that out later. I honestly don't care. Honestly, I could care less. I could care less. I could care less. I could care less. Love how the stream on the shorts one looks so out of place. Now let's get into the game, OMFD. Let's get into the game. Yes, I'm over 18. God. Oh, why am I on the floor? Why am I on the floor? Tuesday, shut the fuck up. Now, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up! You know what? We'll keep the recording of this one because, okay, we're... Shut up! Now is not the time! I'm streaming again after 1 hour because I felt like I'm not gonna stream. But now we are streaming. I shouldn't, you know what I did? That's a little oopsie of mine. I deleted most of the recorded streams and those all have like, why am I so low? My mic is all the way up. Oh, you meant low like that? Like low on the screen? I don't know. Things happen. Things happen. Things happen, dude. This is too big. Not on the screen. No, on the screen you're low, yeah. Things happen. Look, I'm also very stupid. I am stupid. Shut up! Now is not the time to be yelling at me! Let me turn this off. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. Shut the fuck up. We're going we French, bitch. Enter. Yippee! Okay. Rating 14 days with dude. Welcome back. Streamer mode is currently enabled. What else? Wait, do I? Hold on, go back. I think that's if I do that, that's a start. Hold on, we need to go here. Which one was I at? That's January 4th. It's February 21st, 2:52. I think it was right here. There we go. There we go. Yippee! Yippee! We're back where we were. Am I too big on screen? No, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine on screen. Oh, damn, we go straight. Okay, there we go. Just straight into it, I guess. No hi, no hi, no hi. Hello, how are you? Just straight into it! Silence. We look at each other in silence for a brief moment before erupting in laughter. Ha 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 ha. Perhaps it was because of the adrenaline from all the panicked running, or the fact that Ren's hair was starting to lose its fluffiness, but I couldn't hold back from letting out a fit of gibbles. Damn it! This only seemed to spur Ren on as well until we're both wheezing out our lungs and gulping down air. That's a description. Back up, damn. I agree. Tuesday, shut up! Tuesday. She's been exiled. I can't remember last time I ran that fast. Why are you stuttering again? Me too. The looming sound of thunder echoes from afar and drowns out laughter until we're both silent once more. Until the silence is interrupted by my cat. Once we both calm down, Ren moves further away from the rain before casting a glance behind him. Wait here, I'll buy us an umbrella so we can get out of this rain. But you'll get soaked. Haha. 'Tis a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I roll my eyes at his corny joke and send him off with an amused smile. He doesn't look back before he makes a mad dash out into the rain and down the street towards the... I read that as closet. Closest convenience store. Though the rain only seemed to get heavier the moment he leaves, and I find myself even further against the... pressing further against the wall behind me to avoid recoil, the rain bouncing off the pavement. I was... Let me throw this cat out the window. He's a gentleman? I wouldn't call him a gentleman. Have you seen the thumbnails? I don't think you would call him a gentleman by the thumbnail. I wouldn't call him a gentleman. My cat just sneezed. And just like that, the carefree sounds of laughter echoing from down the street capture my attention as I watch Leon, Tio, and Jay all run to cover like their life depended on it. Like their life depended on it. Well, it seems as though their beach outgoing got cut short as well. Which he just likes ketchup. Yeah, that's ketchup. That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote. Ketchup. Yep, that's ketchup. Definitely. Tuesday, shut the fuck up! Please! She's crying. Girl, you're gonna want out in 5 seconds. I'm not letting you in if you're just gonna want out. I'm waiting for her to meow again. Glancing back once more, I barely make out a figure of Leon using his bag as a makeshift umbrella as he ducks under one of the awnings of an ice cream stand. I can't read glancing, but I can read awning fine. All while Teal and Jay trail behind at a leisurely pace, kicking and splashing water at each other in the rain. I had to be able to speak. Girl! Oh god, she climbed her way in! I had to look away the moment Teal started to remove his shirt. What? Pardon me? Pardon me? Pardon me? And I had an inkling that it was so he could just show off. I mean, if I had muscles, I would also show off. Show off. And knowing Jay, he'll follow along with a care in the world because that's what he does when it comes to his friends. Why is he taking his shirt off? That's a good question. That's a great question, Possum. It's a great question. A part of me feels like calling out to the group to see if I can wait out the storm alongside them. But they all seem to be enjoying themselves and I didn't want to get in between that. Plus, I did promise Ren I would wait for him here. It's raining. Why is he doing that? Because his shirt got wet. You don't want to wear a soggy shirt, do you? Wearing anything soggy feels weird. It just sticks to you. It's just like, it's all sticky. Even if he was taking a sweet damn time. Was he ever going to return? There's still no sign of him or his comfy-looking cardigan. And I was beginning to wonder if he really did ditch me. It's raining. Why is he doing that? That's a good question. After all, it must have been more than 15 minutes. Girl, get off my fucking desk, I swear. At least say hi. Say hi at least. Say hi. Say hi to the people. She just want to say hi. You always want to meow, meow, meow all the time, but then the second I bring you to the mic, you're just dead silent. Ow, 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 ow. 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 Ow, wow, 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 ow, ow. Good lord, child. Good lord, child. Good lord, ah! What if he got caught up with something? Or what if he went back to see that cashier lady again? Girl, I promise he didn't go back. Her store did happen to be on the same street. But after spending the afternoon with Ren and getting to know him, I concluded that he wasn't the type of person to do such a thing. Plus, that'd be really a low blow considering that he was the one who offered to— Can you not knock over my TV? It'd take me on a date today. Although, if I was being honest with myself, it did seem as though they had chemistry. Ren cheating? Oh my lord. Look at the thumbnail! Do you think that man would cheat? He'd probably do something very bad to himself if he found out he cheated. He's that type of person. He's like, oh my god, I cheated on you. I can't deal with myself anymore. All you hear is the freaking Undertale death sound. Do not eat my bag of chips. Especially without how she looked at him and touched his arm as though it was the most natural thing in the world. Because she's a little bit freaky. That's probably illegal. She apparently knew him as well, or at least he recognized enough. Why did that make my blood boil? Because you like him, dumbass. Thankfully, they were there. Ah! I can't speak. Ah! As well as soak the ends of my outfit and make everything feel damp and uncomfortable. Was Ren really coming back? It didn't take this long to buy an umbrella. He's probably out there getting ketchup on someone. He just wanted some ketchup, that's all. Wait, I think I know what he's doing! You know, okay, we're talking about the girl last time. You know how the girl was like, kind of like, mean and shit? You didn't like her? First we had the co-worker, now we have the girl. And we look on the news, there's gonna be more murders! Guess who the murderer is? The love interest! Wait for Ren or walk home alone? I'd wait. I think he's eating the umbrella. I don't think he would eat the umbrella. Is Tuesday torturing you or something? Yes, she is. She's torturing me! Torturing me! I told you that she's torturing me! Oh! Ah! She's just torturing me. Torturing me. Oh! Oh! Torturing. Okay. Is he online yet? No, he isn't. Oh! Oh! I would leave Ren. I am a very persistent person. I would just stay there until like midnight and then I'll be like, oh yeah, we'll call it. We'll call it. Because like in my brain, I go through every single viable possibility. Every single possibility that could happen. I'm like, okay, what if this happened? What if this happened? So I would sit there and wait for like 10 hours for that man. I would just say, because I'm like, oh, what if this happened? What if that happened? Well, you never know what could happen. It's gonna take time. If that Chud Red is a murderer, you should run for those hills, bro. Red is making you wait in the rain, bro. Okay. Unpopular opinion. I like the rain. I like it, and I would sit in the rain all day. Dropping shit. I would sit in the rain. I like the rain. I will just sit there. I don't care if I'll get a cold, even though that's a fucking myth. I would just sit there in the rain and enjoy myself. I like it. I liked being wet, okay? I don't mind if I'm soaked. I will sit there, okay? Okay, we're waiting. Maybe something did come up. I'm sure he'll come back. Exactly. Arrow is a zip. It's a dating game. Of course I am. Wait, what did I mean? Make it make sense! Make it make sense! The whole genre targeting system is for people like me! It even has the colors I like. It has the pretty pastel colors. Maybe soppy and then you get a cold. I don't care if I get a cold! I can skip more things if I get a cold. It's fine. I'll be fine! I will be fine. I could just take a shower afterwards. Stop judging me! Stop it! And as if on cue, I spot a familiar patch of pink hair. I'm alive. I live. I live. My dad came home from the store and decided to tell me about cake. Hold on. I live! I'm back! I'm not dead anymore. Yippee. I'm gonna murder that cat! Why is it always when I have the most fun moments, I'm like the most happy there can be, and then it just stops. Like, I'm all happy, I'm all excited, and then poof, gone. Happiness and stuff just cut off suddenly without warning. But you know it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So we go to wait the shower. He's alive. Yeah, I'm alive. Sadly. But you know, we continue the grind. We continue, we continue, we continue, we continue, we continue. And as if on cue, I spotted a familiar patch of pink hair from within the misty rain, frantically sprinting with an umbrella in one hand and the bag under the other. What else did you buy? Angel, Eros. He's not coming back, dog. Would you look at that? He's right here. He's right here. What do you mean he's not coming back? He's right here. He's right here in front of our eyes. Are you blind? Are you blind? Can you not see him? Can you not see him? He's right there in front of our eyes. He's blinking. He's even blinking. He's sentient. He's alive, dude. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why do I see a naked SpongeBob meme on my TV? I'm not gonna question it anymore. I'm too overstimulated for this. He almost slams into me before just stopping in time, and I could tell by the way he was wheezing that he ran all the way back here without stopping. He did some crazy stuff in there. Yeah, he probably murdered a woman. Did you murder that cashier woman that we saw that tried flirting with you? Was that what you did? What, SpongeBob? I got sidetracked. Now there's Weezer. But that's a whole different story. I'm not doing the stutter. Probably because I'll automatically do it though. I thought I almost lost you for a second. It's so hard to see in this weather. Jeez, Ren, what took you so long? I almost wanted to cuss him out. I would cuss him out, absolutely. I wouldn't just stand there and be like, oh no, sorry. I'd be like, why the fuck are you not out? Why the fuck are you taking so long? It took you 15 goddamn minutes. Why are you not here? 20 minutes? 20 minutes? God damn! Just to buy a single umbrella? What was it? Everyone rushed to go buy an umbrella at the same time? But the genuinely apologetic look on his features made me hold my tongue. Sorry, do you remember your friends from earlier? I ran into them on the way here, which took forever to shake them off. And then the convenience store ended up closing early due to the sudden weather change. So I had to go to that awful souvenir shop with that obnoxious and clingy cashier again. She asked me if he was talking a mile a minute, and I was worried he'd end up biting his tongue. That happens all the time, though. I'll talk too fast, and then I bite my tongue or my cheek, which I think has happened on stream before, where I've actually bit my tongue and my cheek because I talked too fast. I think it's actually happened. So I told you, he murdered that woman. He absolutely murdered that woman. He murdered her. Murdered her. Gently, I raised my hand to signal him to calm down, and his intense monologue soon came to a halt. No, let him ramble. Let the man ramble. I'm really sorry about making you wait so long, but... Ta-da! I did manage to get an umbrella, among other things as well. 20 minutes? Now he murked someone. That's what I'm saying! He murdered that cashier woman! He absolutely murdered that cashier woman in broad daylight. No one gave a shit. He gives it a small twirl in his hand, sending droplets of water all over the place. Good job! We're already wet! We can start heading back home now if you want, unless you want to go somewhere specific. Go to my apartment, go to your apartment. Where do you want to go? Forget it. I'm going home alone. Where's my save? Let's go overwrite this. We go to my apartment, his apartment, we can go anywhere. Or we can just say, fuck you, we're going home alone. I bet he bought rope. I don't think he bought rope. He might have... Wasn't there like a figure or like a plushie or something that like the YN wanted to get? He might have bought that after murdering- I say bought. He might have stole that after he murdered the woman. After he committed genocide, he took the little plushie that we wanted. I feel like that's a reasonable reason to think of. I feel like that's reasonable. Loki, I want to ask him where he wants to go. Well, my place isn't far. We could wait at the stone there if you like. So you want me to? You want to go to? You want me to go to your place, where there isn't the person, my neighbor, who could call 911 at the moment's notice. Right? Yeah, great. Yeah, great. I even have a heater and a dryer we could use. I mean that. You should go to his apartment and check for body. Why do you spell body like that? Why do you spell it B-O-D-I-E? Do you meant to spell bodies B-O-D-I-E-S? The image of me sitting in front of a warm, cozy heater was too hard to resist, and I end up agreeing with Ren's suggestion. Well, we're going to Ren's house. Yippee! Field trip! Yippee! Yahoo! Despite the heavy downpour of rain, we managed to make it to Ren's apartment complex in one place. Why'd I pretend there was a comma there? Bodies! Yes, B-O-D-I-E-S. Bodies! I guess he really wasn't lying on when he said his apartment wasn't far from mine. Dog. But judging from the pristine interior and fully functioning elevators, his building seemed to be far better shape compared to my apartment. The elevator ride could have been a less little awkward, though, if it weren't for the slow ascent and tacky music. Or for the fact that Ren deemed it appropriate to shake his hair like a wet dog and get water droplets everywhere. No, I would do that too. My hair is at the stage of where I can just shake it like a dog. I can shake like a dog's hair. Once the elevator door slid open, I was immediately met with a grandiose corridor and large spacious doors. And I found myself wondering how much it costs to live in a place like this. Probably like 200 grand. Don't look too hard at how messy my place is. Don't look too hard? Don't look too hard! It says you! It says you! You of all people! Puppy! Puppy! Again, we need to count how many puppy mentions are here. Yeah, he gets called a dog a lot. I think they're heavy on, like, if any fan art, just make up a Kina no Mimi puppy. I wasn't expecting to have someone over today, so I didn't bother cleaning up. I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu. Thankfully, I don't have any white-haired neighbors who like to take their plants on walks. You see that? It looks like he has holes from piercings. Does he have lip piercings? I feel like you have lip piercings. Actually, now that I think about it, it's a bit strange, but no one lives on this floor aside from me. I wonder why! I wonder why! I'm not really sure why, but I'm not gonna complain. I wonder why, I wonder why, Mr. hiding a fuck-ass tattoo under your sleeve. I can make as much noise as I want, and no one else would notice. You boy! I got a baby no server. Ren shoots me a mischievous grin, and I find myself wondering what he meant by that. Yeah, what do you mean by that? What, this could be two connotations, okay? It can either be, you know, the sussy one, which you're probably all thinking, and then there's the other one, murder! Bro, leave this man's house, but like, he's pretty! He's pretty! He's getting the pretty benefit of the doubt. The pretty, Tuesday, shut up! Shut up! Up! He's saying no one will hear you scream. That can be kinky in a way. That can be kinky in a way. Oh yeah, earlier I think Cookie Run and the nefarious NGH was there. Like, loud music and stuff? Movies? Yes, MC, yes. Get a pat on the head. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Not like fucking murder! Not like he would murder someone in cold fucking blood! No! He unlocks the door with an electronic card attached to his keychain. Damn, fancy ass. And the moment the door swings open, I'd let out audible gasps. God damn, there's so many goddamn bodies in your house! Oh no! Ren doesn't seem fazed in the slightest as he flicks on the lights and walks into his own home, but I could only stand the entrance to his foyer in shock. Yes, foyer. He had a whole damn foyer in his apartment. Not bodies? No bodies? There's no bodies? Where are the bodies? Hey, where are the bodies? Did you feed them to pigs or something? He's sussy in both ways, yeah, absolutely. He's the murder and kinky. Murder and kinky. What is this? What? How do I read? Was this even an apartment? Surely a penthouse would have made more sense. Holy crap, Ren. Is there something wrong? What is it? I know the decor is kind of tacky, but it came with the apartment, and I haven't found- I did the wrong fucking stutter! I haven't found the time to do anything about it yet. You know what I should play next? Bodies in the closet. Yeah, he didn't come out the closet. The bodies are in the closet. He switched places. After this, I should go through a playthrough of Freak Circus. That would be a hell of a time. Maybe Freaky Circus. Maybe replay, because I haven't played it in a while. Also, I want to know what I game's out of demo, dude. I want to know the rest of the story. I want to know the rest of the story of that game. I'm sorry, but you are in a long-lost heir of a billionaire or something? This place is huge. Tuesday! And hello, is that fucking marble? No, I just get paid a lot for my job, as a fucking assassin. Enough to afford a rent, at least. You know, I don't think I've ever asked you about this yet, but what exactly is your job? My job is, well, I kill people. That's my job. I'm a hired assassin, you know, like Spy Family. I'm kind of like that, except worse. I also go on my own volition. I guess you could say I'm a programmer? I don't know. I just take one of those few jobs every so often. Nothing super fancy or anything. Nothing super fancy? Ren, you have marble flooring! Leaving the newly discovered programmer at the entrance, I curiously venture further into his apartment. What's his job? Sus. Who knows? Who knows? With that face, it could be anything. Marbles are painted in the rear end to clean too. Yeah, oh, there's a murderer! He's a murderer! Oh, Angel, do you want some slippers? The floor can get cold and your shoes are probably soaked, right? I like cold floors, though. Turning around, I notice Ren opening a small closet and pull out a pair of dark house slippers. He looks at me with a curious expression, but makes no effort to hand them over. Only if you want them. I'll take them, but only because they look like they're dutchy. Ren lets out a puff of laughter through his nose at my joke, but doesn't seem to deny it. What the deny what? Were these slippers really from a luxury brand? We gotta test how much programming he knows. Yeah, when you said programmer, I thought immediately of like the programmer socks. I'm like, are you secretly trans feminine? We know he has some programmer socks. We know with that look and that outfit, he has programmer socks. As I put them on, I notice how they're an exact fit. And it makes me wonder if I just have an average-sized feet, or if Ren had bought a bunch of expensive house slippers in varying sizes. No, he didn't. He measured your exact, he knows what your feet length is. Why do you know the size of my feet? Why do you know the size of my feet? Why do you know the size of my feet? But as funny as that imagery was, how did he accurately guess my shoe size without seeing my feet? I wonder why. Here. Why don't I show you to the bathroom? I'll find you something to wear in the meantime while your clothes are in the dryer. Or would you prefer a towel instead? I guess that make more sense. Sorry, I don't usually invite people over. Seeing his timid side resurface once gave me a sudden urge to tease him. He's a stalker? Well, no shit! No shit! Great for you to have a brain to know what he is! He is a stalker! We knew this from day one! We knew this from day one! Dude, he knows his shoes. He knows how long our feet are, the width of our feet. He knows the length and width of our toes. Dude, why do you know all that? I'm scared. What else part of my body does he know of? I don't like that. What else do you know about my body? What the fuck? It's just a towel. Is it Egyptian cotton? Don't you have any friends? Am I your first house? Yes. just a towel? Nothing else? Just gonna be naked in a towel? Like, what am I in a BL fanfic? Yeah, to keep you warm instead of taking a shower. Unless you prefer a blanket, because I'm pretty sure I have an electric... Oh. It was as if all the gears inside its head were finally clicking together. No, I didn't mean, I meant a towel you could wear over your clothes, not just you in a towel, unless you want to, but that's, why would you? I'm just gonna shut up now, sorry. That wasn't what I meant at all, but his reaction was priceless nonetheless. So, actually this is the same river, so maybe he measured, yeah, while I'm dead asleep, he measured my feet size. Maybe maybe that's the real reason he got hard. Maybe that's the real reason. Oh no! Anyway, I'll show you to the bathroom. You can use whatever you want in there. Nothing's off limits. First, it was offering to spend the night at my place. Then, it was assuring himself as my boyfriend, in front of my friends. He really doesn't care about personal boundaries, huh? Well, no shit, he's a fucking stalker. Why would he care? I was beginning to think Ren didn't really seem to mind when it came to me invading his personal bubble as well. No! You never know. You never know. You never fucking know. Though he still seemed pretty standoffish around Tio and Leon, and it took him a while to warm up to Eleanor back at the library. I don't think Eleanor's alive, dude. He even seemed indifferent when we first met Violet, but I figured it was only because he was shy. Speaking of shy, I still noticed how Ren didn't seem to be switching up on his personalities much anymore. I was beginning to think he was showing me his real side. That's not his real side, but you know what? If you think it's his real side, it's his real side. Up until now, everything felt real and genuine, and I found that we could bounce back witty retorts between each other more easily. Yeah, Tio and Leo were somehow alive. Leon! Somehow. Crazily, somehow. Oh, we didn't check this yet. Gay, homosexual, gay. Violets are not blue. No, we don't need coffee. Who else has to love me there? The tits on that man! Holy moly! The tits on that man! I'm not his wallet. The tits on that man! Holy moly! That's a real status, dude. Though every now and again he might slip up and stutter, but I just assume it was because my teasing made him flustered. I know how to speak. So maybe this timid side of him was genuine after all? But I'll leave some clothes for you outside and put the plushie I bought for you in my room. I called it! I told you he bought the plushie that we were eyeing last time. I told you. And you said, no, he wasn't, no, he's cheating on us, no, I was right! Without response, he has boobs, he has booba. That reminds me, I have a manga that's literally all about man boobs. It's just sitting on my shelf right now. Just a manga all about man boobs. Huh? Oh, yeah, thanks. Great, I was zoning out again, completely missed half of what he was saying. Something about clothes? And a plushie she bought? Was he talking about the Haruko plushie I was eyeing up earlier? He's buying your trust. I don't trust many people. Usually. I think he seems fine. What's my heart rate right now? Oh, surprisingly it's low. It's at 84. I mean, he was carrying a gift bag that is from that souvenir shop earlier. Did he really buy me that toy? Ren, however, doesn't seem to pick up on my confusion though, and invitingly opens the bathroom door for me with a soft smile. And so, without trying to make things awkward, I quickly slip inside and lean against the door for support. Which was fortunate for me because the one sweep of the bathroom had me stumbling back in surprise. Whoa. Even his restroom looked expensive. I was afraid of touching anything, fearing I'd accidentally break it and end up paying for it. Glancing around again, I noticed how his countertops seemed to be void of any dental care, hairbrushes, or skincare products, though a few bottles of concealer and an open box of hair dyes sit at the corner near the sink. Well, I guess I answered my burning question about whether or not he naturally had pink hair. Why would you think he naturally had pink hair? Do we live in like an anime universe? Is that a thing? Do we just naturally have pink hair? But now it made me wonder, if Ren does dye his hair, then what was his natural hair color? Like, probably black or brown. What if this isn't even his house? You're right! He could have stolen this. This isn't even his house, that's why no one's on this floor. They're all scared to talk to him. There was still so many things I didn't know about the soft-looking guy, and I was beginning to question whether coming here was a good idea or not. With this I decided not to waste any more time thinking about irrelevant things and instead turn my attention back to the shower. Quickly stripping out of my clothes, I jump into the unnecessarily large glass. Why is it large? Why is it big? Why is the... That's implicating things. I don't like it. Why is it implicating things? I could be crazy though. Why is it large? Why? Why is it large enough to fit two people? Is that what you're insinuating? That it fits more than one person? Glancing at Ren's shelf of, albeit limited, hair and body products, I couldn't help but notice that one brand in particular happened to be exact same as mine. Oh, he's even using the same body wash as me. Did we use the same body wash? He didn't really smell like me, but maybe that was because I wasn't paying much attention. Glass? Oh no. Yeah, we already know where this is going. If you've read the novels, if you've read the manga, if you've read the manhwa, you already know. You already know what happens with this glass! Anyways. I mean, who randomly smells people out of the blue anyway? Dogs. Dogs do. And with how much he's being called a dog, probably would work! SMHing, it's just a silly notion. I began to scrub away all the lingering smell of rain from my body and quickly finish watching. Ah! I can't speak! I never did an announcement. I never did that announcement, it's fine. Crack open the large door and poke my head out into the hallway. Truth to his word, Ren left a small pile of clothes outside the bathroom, neatly stacked and propped against the side of the wall. Bringing the contents back inside, I noticed that one piece of clothing in particular was a rather comfy looking hoodie. Ren was watching him shower? No. I mean, albeit, I don't wear much clothes anyways. Look at me. I mean, look at me. Look at me. That's the wrong tab. Look at me. I don't wear much clothing anyways, so I don't think there would be much of a problem. I don't wear much anyways. I don't think that would be much of a problem to... You see this? You see this? I am only covered the necessarily covered parts. So I don't think that would be much of a problem. If I look how I actually looked in this universe, how would I get by? Like, oh my god, there's a dude who looks not really like a human. And he just there. Look at your... I can't read that. Hold on. I love how your character sees no red flags. Okay. I know I'm supposed to be the character and I'm supposed to be playing the character, but also there's options and I can't really tweak those options, so... I'm not saying it's me, but it's the character! I'm surprised you even have a shirt! What do you mean? Of course I have a shirt! I can't just go shirtless! I mean, technically I can, but that's different. Technically, I can go shirtless, but I don't want to. Technically, I can, but I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think I should. I can, but I shouldn't. Look, I have to be sort of decent, okay? I have to have some kind of layer of clothing on me. Why is my wing tweaking out? What the fuck is happening with my wing? Stop tweaking out. But the design on the front, however, was rather morbid looking and didn't really suit Ren's vibes. Maybe from a horror film or something? Shrugging my shoulders. I put the hoodie on and instantly get enveloped with the sheer amount of fabric. I mean, okay. Canonically, minimalistic. Canonically, I would absolutely wear something like that. Because I like stuff like that. I like gore, I like horror. Not actual gore. Metaphorically. But.
Yeah. Yeah. How would a guy who sounds like this like such stuff like that? I don't think that's fair.
I mean, it made sense considering Ren's large and lanky frame, but this was just absurd. You know, he knows I like oversized clothing! I had to stifle a laugh in the amusing sight of a fogged-up mirror, but I had to admit that the soft fabric felt nice and warm against my skin. Okay, I don't like putting on clothes right after a shower. I hate that feeling. I must be completely dry. I will just stand there shirtless and just wait for my body to dry before I put on a shirt. I hate it. I must be absolutely bone dry before I put a shirt on. I hate the feeling. I can't deal with it. Ren probably has a high-pitched voice. Should I give him a high-pitched voice? Like Paimon high? Or like... Cause I can! Even the scent that came from it felt oddly comforting somehow. Oh no, he knows! Turning back to the remaining clothes in the pile, I gently pick up the next item and try and put it on. The gray sweatpants! Didn't seem to fit the length of my legs despite the number of times I've tried to tug at the fabric, but luckily, Ren was thoughtful enough to give me other alternatives. A dark pair of shorts seemed like a better option, especially since it came with a drawstring and deep pockets. A dark pair of shorts, you say? A dark pair of shorts, you say? A dark pair of shorts? A dark pair of shorts? We're getting a little too personal, dude. Getting a little too personal. Gray sweatpants gay. Yeah, exactly. He's gay. He's gay. But it's a little too uncanny that a pair of dark shorts, you say. Ha. Stop from flashing. I'm not flashing! I have pants on! That was probably too loud. That's probably too loud. A little too loud, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Once I was fully dressed, I stepped out of the bathroom and aimlessly walked around, thinking the faint sounds of TV playing. Feeling curious, I followed the source of the sound down the hallway. Yanking news! A sudden storm hits the bay as gale force winds and knocking over street sides and even awnings. Stop flashing your Ken build! I'm gonna. Guests believe that the sudden change in the weather will die down soon, and stay safe indoor. I continue to follow the noise until it suddenly cuts out and it changes into a glaring monotone sound, indicating that the television must have lost signal. And soon enough, I find myself in Ren's spacious lounge room. Aside from CRK mentioned... When did I mention CRK? When did I mention CRK?
Huh? Eh? Huh?
When did I mention CRK? Huh? Anyways. Most of the dark shapes of this room with ease. When did I mention CRK? I was not talking about Cookie Run. I was not talking about Cookie Run. Where did you get Cookie Run from? Are you just that brain rotted? Are you still brain rotted after you played that Beasties episode? It was just an as the rest of the house. What the fuck does ostentatious mean? Though I couldn't help but feel like it lacked any form of life. It just didn't seem like someone actually lived here. The static? How is the static related to Cookie Run? There's static in a lot of stuff. How is that related to Cookie Run? Huh? I'm confused. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Am I missing something here? I feel a wee bit stupid. I feel a wee bit stupid. When the sound make oh, that's what it meant. You are brain rotted. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't think of that in the slightest. You are brain rotted. You're brain rotted. Oh my god. Excuse me. Wait. It just didn't seem like someone actually lived here. Probably because he stole the house. The furniture was gaudy yet tasteless. There's hardly any personal decoration or colors, and there was nothing really that screamed rent to me. There's no personal touches, photos, items, hobbies, nothing. Just tacky furniture and bland smell of something sterile. Probably bleach. If I was being honest, it gave off the same vibes as a dentist clinic or a hospital. I mean, he did mention recently moving in, right? Maybe that's why. Who moved in? What the? Whoa! Whoa there, buddy! Whoa there, buddy! Whoa there! Why are you showing that off? Is that a midriff? Is that a midriff I see? Whoa there! He has a tattoo there! Also, I know you had something hiding there. You put makeup on. You put makeup on. There was something there. You, sir, you put on makeup to cover that. But you didn't put on makeup to cover your little heart tattoo right here in this specific area? Smash. Of course you would say. Of course you'd say smash. Honestly, looks like something I would wear. Surprised by the sudden voice, I spin on my heels, only to find Ren coming out of one of the hallways with a new set of comfy clothing. He seemed much more at ease like this, especially with a gentle expression on his face. I watch as he takes a respectful glance at my attire. What's unrespectful? Before sheepishly averting his attention to the end of his sleeve. Yeah, not on the crotch. It's near his what's it called? There's a name for this, I swear. Sorry, that's the only pair of clothing I could find that might fit you. It looks really good on you, though. Oh, thanks. Whoa, you can even keep it when you want. Yo, you give me free shit, damn! Sound of thundering rumbled at a distance, cut off Ren's mumbling, and I involuntarily stepped closer to him. Okay, that's canon. I don't like thunder. I don't like thunder. I thought I was supposed to be a soft boy. Soft boys can have tattoos? Soft boys can have tattoos, but we all know there was something on his neck, and he covered that shit. He definitely covered that shit up. Yeah, he covered something up. I'm calling it. He covered something up. Tuesday. She's meowing at me. Without missing a beat, he reaches out and rests a protective hand on my shoulder to steady me. Tuesday. I'm gonna throw hands with this cat. I'm gonna throw hands with this cat, dude. I'm going to throw hands. Throw hands with this cat, dude. They cuddle it again. They're being gay again. They're being gay again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Back to me once more. Only this time with a determined look. Determination. Determination in your eyes. It's really pouring, huh? I can only nod my head at his words, suddenly feeling sheepish all of a sudden. Don't eat my chips, you son of a bitch! I really should have checked the weather forecast before I went out today. But to be fair, it didn't look as though it'd start spontaneously raining when I left my apartment this morning. And I guess I was enjoying my time with Ren to the point where I didn't even realize the weather was turning sour. Angel? Sorry, what'd you say? I just asked if you wanted to stay the night here. You know, seeing how hard it's raining out there, your clothes haven't finished drying yet. I'm getting deja vu. I'm just getting deja vu here. It'd be no trouble, and I could return the favor, considering how you let me stay at your apartment yesterday. Staying at his place for the night? Well, this certainly isn't how I expected to end my day. But would it really be that bad? It definitely beats waiting out the storm and walking home with a bunch of puddles everywhere. Spend the night. Why is there an option with? Why is there a? I'm curious. Oh no, there's only one bed. Oh no, there's only one bed. Whatever shall we do? Oh god, the tragedy. Only one bed? Oh god. It's the end of the world. I should eat some potato sticks. Oh no, I'm so worried. Want some ASMR? You ain't got a choice. Yeah, I don't think I do. Here's some ASMR. Nice potato sticks ASMR. Get your ass off my... Yo ass. What if I, like, spend the night, but evil version? Nom. She wants my food, dude! You want it sprayed? Well, we're taking a snack break. Hold on. Nom, nom, nom. Okay. Ah. Let's go! Wait, what was that? Did I really just want to stay? Did I really want to stay the night at Ren's place? I guess I did. I really couldn't remember otherwise. I guess I could stay, if that's really okay with you. Yeah, of course it is. It's totally fine. Wow, he was really energetic, eccentric man, wasn't he? Let me know if you need any more pillows or blankets. Or if the room gets too cold. I haven't worked out how to use the fancy heater thing yet, but I can definitely try. Also, you already know where the bathroom is, but if you... Okay, I think I got it, Ren. Oh, my phone is moving. Oh god, oh god, oh god! Oh, I need to post on Insta, I forgot to. Why are they more gay than me? What is your status talking about? Why are they more gay than me? Oh, these cookies, why are they more gay? Oh, oh no. Hold on, I need to post on Instagram. Can I stop Instagram? I hate these filters. Can I type? Can I type? Can I type? Can I type? Get your ass off of my goddamn books, you whore! Shoo! Hold on, I need to go back. He doesn't know his own heater. That's not his house. Yeah, he killed someone for it. Or he has someone working for him. I shoot him. Yeah, that just period. I shoot him. A reassuring smile as I turned to face him at the door. Should have gotten used to his attentive and observant behavior by now, but still like a foreign side of him I hadn't fully uncovered. Still, at least he wasn't stuttering as much anymore, unlike me. I know, I'm sorry. I just want you to be as comfortable as possible, so just treat this house like it's your own. Alright, gotcha. He looks like he doesn't want to leave, and instead lingers in front of the door a little while longer. Are you sure there isn't anything else you need? Anything at all? Ah! Wait, it's a cute. Wait, hold on. So no. Okay, there's two. We'll just go here. Can I get a good night kiss? Can I sleep in your bed instead? What's behind that locked door? No, I'm good, thank you. We have a few options here. Quite a few options here. We could be cute, we could be sussy, we could be curious, or we can just be like, eh, nah, man. Curiosity is killing me. I want to know what's behind that locked door and why it smells so bad. What are you keeping behind that locked door? Quiz? You want quiz? I mean, they already done more. They already like had a whole full makeout session. I don't think a little tiny goodnight kiss really means anything. I want to do curiosity. I want horror. Curiosity. The locked door? What door? Oh. You mean the one at the end of the hallway? All of a sudden, his timid persona is back again. Was he just nervous? What could he possibly be hiding in that room to make him act like this? Bodies! It's bodies! There's nothing in particular, just, you see, I'm currently using it as a storage room for all the furniture from my old place. It's really messy in there. I'd be embarrassed if you saw what's up behind that door. Oh, yeah, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Great, now I'm the person who threw accusations at someone kinda offered me a place to stay tonight. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There was something! I'm on to you. That's the previous owner in there? Yeah, the previous owner's in that fucking room. Still, it was nice to know that he did own some kind of furniture. Sorry, I guess I was just really curious about it. Usually people don't leave the lights on behind locked doors. The lights are on?! So he's alive! So he's alive? He's alive? What the? They're alive? He, they, she, they're alive? I'm assuming they are. God, I sound like a woman! Oh, yeah. I'd be happy to show you what's behind that door when it's not so cluttered. Oh. Okay, okay, But if that's all, then I guess I'll let you get you. Then I guess I'll let you get some sleep. If you need anything, my room is just 3 doors down. Gotcha. Good night, Ren. Good night, Arrows. Sweet dreams. You didn't call me Angel that time. I watch in silence as Ren turns on his heel and makes his way towards his own room down the hall. Why would he not murder them? I don't know. Why? That's a good question. Why would you kill them? Why would you? Oh, they could pay for the house. He could use them as hostage to pay for stuff. They keep like the house and stuff like that, so it wouldn't get like, you know, like have it like looked at. They could use them as a hostage and like force them to pay for it. He could be using them as hostages and force them to do stuff. That could be a thing. Shaking my head, SMHing at his odd behavior, I close the door behind me and slowly make my way towards the bed. I noticed that Haruko plushie Ren had bought earlier was sitting atop the sheets, and I gently bring it closer to my chest and give it a soft squeeze. So he really did buy this for me after all. The faintest hint of cherry and mint emits from the toy. It makes my mind drift to thoughts of that strange pink-haired man once more. He was still as odd as usual, but some parts of him were starting to feel rather endearing. I noticed how he was no longer stuttering as much or acting as shy, and it made me wonder if we're getting closer. Now that I really thought about it, how did I feel about Ren? What if he's using them to spy and measure our feet? No, I think mine would make more sense of him using them to like to give him money for everything. Cause like, I don't know. Or just using them as hostages. Or I think I like him. Okay, so I guess he was kind of cute and endearing in his own way. Ren was very considerate and attentive towards me today, which I really liked, and he even bought me a plushie without being asked. That instantly raises him from a 4 out of 10 to a solid 7 out of 10. Ren certainly had boyfriend potential, but things were still too awkward between us for it to lead in that direction. But still, it was nice to think about. He was certainly nice to think about. Rolling onto my side, I hugged the plushie closer so I could be surrounded by his comforting scent and slowly drift off to sleep. End of day 2! The unusual sound of city life and traffic pulled me away from my standby. And I wake to the sight of an unfamiliar ceiling. This was it my bedroom? And this certainly wasn't my bed. Last I checked, my duvets were painted purple, and a housewarming gift from Violet when I moved into my apartment. Not this dark shade of black. Confused, I rubbed the sleep from my eyes in order to fully take in the rest of the room, and just like that, my memories from yesterday come flooding back. Alright, Ren offered to let me stay the night due to the freak storm that swept over Courland Bay. It was sweet of him to do, and it had me wondering where he was right now. Doing devious things. Was he still fast asleep? Or perhaps he was already awake? Deciding there's no time like the present to find out, I stretch out the knots in my body, wake myself fully, and jump out of bed. I cannot read! As soon as I walk out into the hallway, the mouth-watering scent of something sweet and sugary greets me, and it almost has my feet floating towards the kitchen like a fucking cartoon. Curiosity, or perhaps hunger, takes over my body, and before I know it, I find myself navigating through the maze of Ren's stupidly large apartment. Speaking of the devil, there he is! There, Ren stands in his kitchen, hunched over the stove with the spatula in one hand, and what looks like to be a recipe pulled from up on his phone, and Abadar, I cannot speak! He doesn't seem to notice my presence yet, so I take the opportunity to study him a bit more. And although I could only see most of his backside and side profile, I could easily make out the concentrated look on his face as the gaze flits back and forth between his phone and the pan. But just when I was about to turn around, Ren lets out a surprised noise and immediately lifts the pan from the stove. Jeez! Sipping the air, the smell of something burning invades my nostrils and has me retreating back into the living space for some fresh air. Wow. Did Ren really manage to burn a pancake? Or maybe he just wasn't that confident in cooking. Regardless, seeing him put so much effort into something so trivial did manage to pull at my heartstrings. I decided I'd had my fill of watching Ren and I finally make myself known. Okay, we're saving again because I save everywhere I do. You won't get it back, I know. Hug him around, try to scare him, call out his name, don't say anything. I try to scare him, actually. I like to do that. I just sneak up on people and just go, Rah! Anytime there's a choice, I eat. I need food. Nom, nom, nom. Okay. Try and scare him. Quietly tiptoeing behind the taller man and hiding behind the counter, I wait for the perfect opportunity to strike. That moment arrives once he turns around to scrape the burnt remnants of the pancake into the bin. And before Ren has any time to react, I spring into action. Boom! Angel? You scared me. How long have you... Despite his flustered outburst, Ren doesn't seem to move away from the stove. Good morning, heroes. I was going to surprise you with breakfast in bed. Sorry, did I take too long? It was like I flicked an invisible switch, because all of a sudden, Ren was back to the usual timid personality that I've grown to know. Aw, you don't have to go through all that trouble for me. It's fine, I wanted to. Really. Here. Without giving me a second to spare, Ren conjures up a plate full of thick, fluffy pancakes from somewhere behind him, alongside 3 toppings as well. I didn't manage to burn these ones, at least. Eat as much as you'd like. I'll have this one. He gestures to burnt pancakes stuck on the frying pan. No amount of washing and scrubbing would restore the pan to its former glory. Oh god, how bad did you burn it? It couldn't be that bad of a burn. It can't be. Cannot be that bad of a burn. Whee! Cannot be that bad of a burn. Giving Ren a pitiful look, I deposit a few fluffy pancakes onto my own plate before offering the rest to him as well. Ren, you've been enough to feed an army. Why don't we share? It's okay, I made them all for you, exactly how'd you like them. Oh, and how'd you know how I like my pancakes? Deciding to tease him a little, I throw the lighthearted accusation into the air and hope he'll catch it. Huh? Oh, I don't. I suppose... Don't people normally enjoy pancakes this way? I thought maybe... There he goes again, getting flustered beyond belief, while his cheeks flush a deep shade of red. It really was adorable. Tuesday, what are you doing? Oh, there she goes. Yep, she's gone. She's gone! Relax, I'm only teasing you. These pancakes are delicious, by the way. Oh, you were just joking. His mood immediately seems to perk up once he hears my compliment. You like them? Really? You're not lying. Then I'll make them for you. I'll make them for you again sometime. Only if you want, that is. It's no problem at all. I really don't mind. How about you just focus on eating first? Aren't you hungry? I just snacked on a few pancakes while cooking them. Don't worry about me. You just eat. Do you want some different toppings? I'm sure I've got more strawberries in the fridge. Something inside me. Something inside me told me that Ren was lying about eating already, but I didn't feel like calling him out for it. Did he poison these pancakes? Did he poison them? That's why he's not eating them. Like, oh, I drugged them to keep you here, to keep you immobile. Like, we're going like fucking like what's that one manhwa called, like killing stalking? Like that. I'm good for now, but thank you, really. Seemingly satisfied with my response, or lack thereof, Ren lets out a pleased hum and instead moves away to busy himself with washing the dishes. My gaze follows him, and I absent-mindedly catch a glimpse of the clock on the shelves. 8 o'clock on the dot. Wait a second, 8 o'clock? I'm gonna be late for work! As I'm picking up on my panicked behavior, Ren halts his movements and sends me a curious glance. Crap, I'm gonna be late for work again if I don't leave now. I still need to walk home and get changed and... Hey, it's okay, Eros, calm down. Look at your clothes from yesterday. I washed and dry. Why don't you change into them when you're ready? I can drop you off at work. Ren. There I go again, relying on this enigma of a man taking up too much of his kind hospitality. I was already overstaying my welcome by using his dryer and sleeping in his spare bed. but now here I was, eating his food and being exactly 5 minutes away from getting a lift in his car. He really should be the one called Angel instead of me. Thank you so much. I knew my entire life. And I thought I was dramatic. Another date with you will do just fine. What? What? His soft smile is the last thing I see before I head back into the guest room to change. But before I can make it 3 feet away, Ren's voice calls out to me once more. Oh, but I should warn you, I don't exactly drive a car. It's a motorcycle. Specifically a sports motorcycle. I don't think the soft boy is really a soft boy. I don't think he actually is. I don't think he's. Guys. I just don't think. I don't think. I don't think anymore. Fortnite, what the all black, sleek, and scary. But what surprised me was the faded "Always With You" sticker decals that adorned in tank. So Ren was a fan of that webcomic as well? I always assumed the community was rather small. There wasn't much to talk about the webcomics online, so it was nice that someone else enjoyed it as much as I did. But just as I was about to bring the topic up, my vision goes dark as Ren places a helmet over my head with a smile. I thought we were just drugged. I thought we were drugged and like, oh, there goes our picture. There goes our feet. There we go. We're now dead. We're now dead. We're now dead. He fastens it and adjusts the strap before motioning towards the back of his bag with an expectant look. Admittedly, I was a bit hesitant to hop on that thing, but Ren assured me that he'd tell me what to do and keep me safe the entire time. Daunting couldn't even begin to describe how I felt when the engine turned on, and I was certain that Ren had a scratch mark so tightly it was clinging on to him, but I somehow came out of it unscathed. I even managed to bag myself a nice warm hoodie that smelled like Ren, even if its only purpose was to protect me from the wind and flying debris. When we parted in front of the library with a friendly goodbye, Ren waited until I was outside the building before taking off. So I was inside the building. I can't speak! But I barely make it 3 feet inside before a mess of blonde hair enters my field of view and almost knocks me over. She could be like, oh my god, you're with them! Oh my god, you're on the motorcycle! Oh my god, are you dating? Oh my god! It's gonna be like that, I'm calling it. And you're not dead! Oh my god, you're not dead? You're not- he didn't kill you? That's surprising, he didn't kill you. Huh, I thought he did, or at least, like, did something. I thought he killed you. But you know what? That's better that you're alive. I'm stretching. Eros, there you are. Quick, I need your help. Eleanor's anxious demeanor catches me off guard, and I immediately do a sweep of the library for anything out of place. but I'm hardly given any time to take in my surroundings before Eleanor reaches for my arm and all but drags me behind the reception counter and towards a mountain of paperwork. Stacks upon stacks of books, files, newspapers, and manila folders covered the entire expanse of the desk. And for the briefest moment, it almost resembled a messy archive repository rather than her workstation. What's all this? This was supposed to be sorted out yesterday. I swear I did it already. In fact, I know I did. I remember leaving it all in Conan's office before I left work yesterday, so you can imagine my surprise when I saw it back on my desk this morning. Eleanor seems genuinely concerned, especially with how she's flitting about and pacing back and forth in front of me. It's almost like she's seen a ghost, and if I didn't know any better, I honestly would have believed it. Please help me! If Conan finds out I somehow messed up again, I don't know what will happen. You'll probably get fired, Eleanor. It's called getting fired. Hey, don't worry, I'll help. And I doubt Conan will get mad. You know how he is. I suppose you're right. Her shoulders seem to visibly relax at my words, and she slumps into her chair with a heavy sigh. Thank you so much, Eros. Do you think you can manage a stack of books? I'll handle all the files. Without missing a beat, lest our boss magically appear out of somewhere behind us, we immediately get to work. 5 hours later. Time flies by quickly when I have my chatty coworker to keep me company. She fills me in on how the freak storm caught everyone off guard, and how some of the patrons shared the same idea of seeking refuge within the library as well. Apparently, Eleanor was the only one around to keep an eye on things, and from the sounds of it, she seemed to take on the leadership like a pro. English. Still, discussing her whereabouts had me thinking. That reminds me, where'd you go the other day? The other day? What do you mean? You remember Ren, the pink-haired guy? Oh, Loverboy! Yeah, him. After we had a conversation with Ren, I never saw you afterwards. Oh, let me think. I watch how she inclines her head to the side to think, and all too quickly, she snaps her fingers and gives an affirmative nod. Oh, that's right. Well, this is a bit embarrassing, but I ended up going home early. I must have accidentally bumped into something while cleaning in the stockroom the other day, and before I knew it, one of the shelves came tumbling down on me. It wasn't until a little later when Conan found me and pulled me out. You knocked over an entire shelf? Miss Creston. Knowing I was only teasing, Eleanor sends me a sheepish smile and bows her head to hide her reddening cheeks. But now that I think about it, the shelves in the stockroom had always seemed relatively stable to me. My coworker wasn't known for her strength, so it didn't make much sense for it to topple over that easily. But thankfully Eleanor elaborates more, almost as if she could hear the gears in my head working overtime. Well, I suppose it was a tad bit odd. I mean, I've worked in this library for more than 5 years now, and not once have I heard so much as a creak from those shelves. I'm guessing it was Ren sneakily went behind the shelf and just toppled it over and said, fuck you. It does seem strange, yeah. Well, I have no doubt Conan will be installing new storage shelves soon. Oh, speaking of, did you notice the new awnings outside the library? I suppose that sudden storm from yesterday had something to do with it. In fact, no, maybe you heard it already in the news. I heard all the rain. Our conversation gets cut short as I watch Eleanor's attention drift behind me and towards the flashing red light above one of the shelves. Duty calls, I guess. As soon as she stands, I shoot her an appreciative smile, but she returns an apologetic one of her own, and meanders her way towards the aisle. Now left to my own devices, I go back to sorting through the books and putting them into separate piles. I managed to get a solid 10 minutes to myself before the sudden seas of unease creeps up on me. It felt as though someone was watching me, so I took a curious sweep around the vicinity and tried to locate the source. But nothing seemed definitely ordinary. People were studying, others were quietly typing away at computers, and I could even spot the back of Eleanor's head from the spot near the fantasy fiction aisle. Nothing was out of place, yet. That unnerving feeling of having eyes in the back of my head still lingered. In fact, now that I thought about it, it was eerily similar to the feeling I got when I was walking home a few days ago. Violet's words about someone breaking into my apartment echoed in my mind before it all suddenly dawned upon me. That supposed person was watching me. Could it somehow be linked? No, definitely not. SMHing, I tried to dismiss those unsettling thoughts before they start to develop into something more sinister. There's no one watching me. After all, there's hardly anything impressive about me to warrant a stalker in the... Well, you have one, though. There's nothing impressive about me to warrant a stalker, then why do you have a stalker? You have a stalker. Someone likes you. A little too much. A little too much, in fact. Oh. I was as plain as they come, and even if some loser really did break into my house, they left empty-handed. Well, no, they got a few things, I think. That alone clearly proved that I don't own anything worth stealing, except maybe my limited edition Attack on Giant figurines. But even then, I remember thoroughly inspecting my entire apartment once I got home. Nothing was out of place, nor looked like it had even been touched. Everything was as I left it that morning. Yet it still didn't explain why I was feeling this way. Fear and apprehension seemed to overwhelm my senses so much that my mind barely registers the sound of something rustling. And I looked down to see that I'd been worrying about the papers in my hand for the past few minutes. Have I been stressing out that badly? Jeez, I really was letting all this paranoia get the best of me. Shaking my head once more, I decided it's best not to let those thoughts fester and grow into something far bigger than it should be. No one broke into my apartment, and no one was watching me right now. I was making a mountain of a molehill, and nothing was going to scare me. Kiara? Kiara? Hello? Ah! Whoa! Instead of some creepy stalker dressed in all black, I was met with a blonde hair and expensive-looking clothing. Was this the person I felt watching me? It was difficult to make out her words over the loud, rapid sounds of my heartbeat, so I tried my best to calm down before responding. Sorry, I didn't notice you come in. Welcome to Courtland Bay Library. Can I help you with anything? I hoped I sounded professional enough, though I'm sure I was still lingering a sense of fear in words and a facial expression to match. It starts to dissipate as I take in the woman's appearance. Her green eyes seem oddly familiar to me, but what it gives it all away is how the woman slightly inclined her head to the side as she looks at me with concern. Surely not. Was that... I don't suppose. Are you Kiara? Eleanor told me all about you. In the flesh! I'm actually here to visit my darling sister, would you believe? But now you've piqued my interest. She shoots me a harmless wink and rests her hand atop the reception counter. Wow, even the clinging of her jewelry sounds expensive. I can't help but look at her in awe. Tell me, what has Nori said about me? She really admires you. She finds you annoying. She wants her jacket back. Oh, really? When did she say that? It would have been nice to hear it coming from her. Ah, well, I'm sure you're well aware of how shy little Nori can be sometimes. Eros! As if summoning Eleanor herself, she emerges from somewhere behind me and joins us at the front desk. Kiara, what are you doing here? There she is. What, am I not allowed to look at my little sis? I'm working right now. You could have texted me in advance. But I wanted to surprise you. And look, I come bearing gifts. At that, Kiara places down a few bags branded with high-end prints and designer logos. Sorry, darling. If I knew I'd be meeting you here, I would have brought extra. But I'm sure there's something for you in one of these bags as well. Pick whatever Eleanor doesn't want. Ah! My nose. I genuinely wished I could be rich enough to say something like that. The sisters seemed fully engrossed in each other's presence, so I let them alone so they can have their moment to catch up. After all, I didn't know how long it had been since Eleanor and Kiara had seen each other. And a mountain of work in front of me wasn't going to sort itself out in the meantime. arm is still so red. Before I can silently slip away and sit back down, a tattooed arm boxes me. It commands my attention. And for the second time today, the expensive smell of wealth and luxury fled my senses. Only this time, I knew the person it belonged to. I need a drink. Okay. You. Where'd you the other love interest? Dang. Who were they? Seemingly out of nowhere, Tio appears with a familiar smirk on his face and an unbothered drawl in his tone. He absolutely shames how his eyes take in both the sisters' appearances before leaning more of his weight onto his arm and shooting me an expectant look. Don't even think about it, Tio. Trust me, you don't want to know what I'm thinking about right now. Given how he leans over onto my side with a sultry grin, I end up believing his words. After all, I wouldn't pass Tio to think of multiple ways to cause a scene up in his free time. Not jealous, are you? Why would you even... Whether or not it was my sudden outburst that captures their attention, Eleanor and Kiara finally seem to notice us. And thank my lucky stars for a chance to escape this conversation. Perhaps I could sneak off to the employees' lounge while everyone's busy talking? I'm sure... You work here too? I've got a few things here you can check out. Despite my disgust at Tio's blatant flirting, Eleanor seems to be eating it up with a slight blush on her cheeks. Oh, actually I'm just visiting. I don't work here, but little Nori over here does. I'm sure she can help you out. Despite her friendly tone, Kiara seemed to be passively shutting down Tio's attempts at flirting and redirecting towards Eleanor instead. Yet Tio doesn't seem to be picking up on it, instead choosing to lean a little more against the counter so that his muscles flex under his form-fitted shirt and crosses his ankles. You're not from around here, are you? I remember a face like yours. Name's Theodore, by the way, but cuties like you can call me Tio. Charming. I'm Kiara. And no, I'm only in town for a few weeks. I'm visiting some relatives and finding some inspiration before I head back home. Inspiration, huh? I could show you around. Well, aren't you fun? But what about my baby sister? Huh? But I'm older than you. Come on, live a little Nori. You always tell me how you hold up all the work all the time. I suppose, but looks like you need a bit of fun. And I can help with that. Have either of you been to the aquarium yet? It opened recently. Not yet, but I'll give your offer a pass, I'm afraid. Aquarium's not your style? You're not my style. Ouch. Despite the low blow to his ego, Tio didn't look at least bit offended. In fact, he seemed to thrive. You thrived off of it? Thrived? Thrived? What's wrong with you? Oh, that was the buzz in the game. But as if fate felt the urge to intervene, Kiara's phone suddenly goes off and startles everyone. Sorry, give me a sec, I need to take this call. She slips away before any of us can have a chance to respond, and without missing a beat, Tio immediately takes her previous spot behind Eleanor. And what about you? Me? Don't see anyone else around, Princess? 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 Really? Oh, well, I mean, I think it'd be fun, but I suppose it'd be a bit awkward if we just you and me. You heard it all. As if finally acknowledging my presence, Tio turns to me with an expectant look in his face. Why don't you tag along? I'll even see if Leon wants to join the fun. It'll be like a double date. A double date, really? At that, Eleanor visibly seems to relax a bit. I spare a quick glance at her direction, and I pick up the barest hint of hope in her eyes. In her eyes. Wait, she wanted to go on a date with Tio? I don't know, El. No, what? I got better things to do? Yes, actually. I got better. Don't give me that fuck-ass look. I got way better things to do than you. Look, I'll pay for everything. I could even pick you up at school if you want. Sound good? Not that I'd ever openly admitted to Tio, but his offers are finally starting to sound tempting. I mean, free food and a free outing? It was too good to refuse. However, I just want to say no thanks, dude. Even if it's for Eleanor, I just straight up want to say no thanks. Cause like, I don't like him. I don't like him. He might be attractive, but I don't like him. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. And what if Ren looks like, oh my god, he's cheating on me. He's gonna be like, oh my god, what if he's cheating on me? Oh my god, oh no. Like, why do you have a tattoo on your finger? Doesn't that hurt as hell? What the fuck? What's wrong with you? There's many things wrong with you. There's many things wrong with this man. Oh, I'm just saying no thanks, dude. Tio scoffs at my answer while Eleanor visibly deflates. Sorry guys, but I just don't feel up for it. No, I get it. Okay, now I feel bad! Now I feel bad! Please don't feel pressure to do something you don't want to, Eris. I can tell you've been on edge lately. I wouldn't want to add any more unnecessary stress. Yeah, cool, whatever. I'm sure Jay would be happy to join us instead. Yeah, get mad, little bitch. Without so much as glancing in my direction, he pulls out his phone and immediately starts to text someone. Eleanor awkwardly shuffles on her feet at the abrupt end of our conversation, but otherwise she doesn't seem to pick up on Tio's curt behavior. Great. It couldn't possibly get any more awkward than this. And there's the boss! There you are, Eros. I didn't realize you were busy. Finally, as if someone had heard my prayers this time. Conan emerged from somewhere behind me. What's up with that today? And offers me an escape from this current conversation. And without missing a beat, I turned towards my savior and spare him a thankful glance. I make sure to slightly apologize to Eleanor as well, clearly uneasy with the thought of leaving her alone with Tio. But she seems all too happy about how she suddenly shoos me away with a hand behind her back. Sure, I could slip away for a moment. Did you need something? Why the fuck did my friend... Why is it called Gooner? Forgot my thing on there was just eventually. Can I change my thingy? Please, 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 can I change my thingy? Can I change my thingy? Can I change my thingy? I don't want it to be on idle. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. Hold on, I think I did the wrong one. Hold on. I hear my fucking cat. I hear my cat, dude. All I hear is a meow, meow, meow. Thank you, Gmail. Thank you, Gmail, for telling me that I logged into my own account. So grateful. So very grateful. Sure, just wait for a moment. Did you need anything? Just an extra pair of hands to sort through some boxes. But if you're busy, I'll manage it by myself. It's fine, I could use a breather. Okay, so perhaps I didn't need to announce that so joyfully. With warm cheeks, I turned back to Eleanor and Tio to send them one final apologetic look before following after Conan. My cat, dude. Apologies for this. I didn't mean to steal you from your friends. No, please steal me from my friends. I don't want to deal with that. This happened to be sorting through all the books a co-worker managed to knock over this morning. And make sure they're all in the correct category before putting them back in the cart. It felt eerily similar to what I had previously been doing with Eleanor, only this time there weren't any Tio-shaped annoyances that kept me company. But man, I swear, Conan had to be the only boss who'd perfectly fine with their employees slacking off to talk to their friends instead. He hadn't said a word about Tio, and possibly Kiara too, depending on how long he'd been standing behind me. And it seemed more okay with us huddling around the reception desk. Hello, Nix! Heyo! Hi, playing a dating game. Hi, Nix. Heyo! Oh my god, wait, I know your profile picture. I know that motherfucker. I know your profile picture. Hello, welcome. Deciding not to push my luck, I returned Conan's soft look with one of my own. It's fine, don't worry about it. I've been meaning to ask you something, actually. Is everything going alright with you? No, I just kind of got kidnapped by a stalker who also kills people and pretending to be a soft boy, but you know, what else happened to you? Hope you're having an amazing time. It's totally not Shayleon. I am having an amazing time, and also, that's definitely Shayleon. I know that man. I have posters of him. I have posters of him in my room. I know that man anywhere. I know that man. I know his face. He's actually right next to me. All the books are right next to me. My bookshelf's right next to me. Let's go. Let's go. What do you mean? You haven't heard the news? There have been a few murders happening in the Bay Area. Oh, I want to die. I think I know the person. I think I know the person. I think I know the person who's done it. I think I know the person who's done it, not the guy who's trying to make out with me. It couldn't be that guy. Oh my god, hold on. One second. I don't know if he's coming to my room or not. I can hear my dad, but I don't know if he's coming to my room or not. Admittedly, I've been worried about your safety as of late. You live by yourself, correct? Yeah, but I recently had a friend, and you wouldn't call a guy you made out with a friend. Now that I think about it, he's also been concerned for my safety. That's good, I'm glad. Listen, anything ever happens. Conan awkwardly glances over his shoulder before returning his gaze back to me. Nothing but sincerity stares back, and I find myself in a stunned silence. Here, it's my personal number. You give me your personal number? But due to a lack of clarification, I ended up sending him a confused look instead of thanking him. I know you've only recently moved back to Courland Bay, but you've yet to put someone down as your emergency contact. I'm worried you won't have anyone to call in case something does happen. I want to make sure you're safe at all times. I feel like that's gonna be an option later on in the story. I feel like something's gonna happen, and we're gonna need to call him. Oh, thank you, Conan. Of course. He gives my shoulder a gentle pat before resuming his original task. The conversation falls back into an easy, comfortable silence, and I pocket his number before pouring all my focus towards the book laid out in front of me. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. The rest of my shift passes by uneventfully, and at some point, Eleanor informs me that Kiara had to leave for a work-related matter and wouldn't be coming back for a few days. She even asked Eleanor to give me her number as well, alongside mentioning something about sharing more embarrassing stories about little Nori the next time we talk. Whatever that meant. Still, it was really nice to finally meet Eleanor's sister, and it was even kinder of her to give me a fountain pen before a fountain pen? Oh, it's coded. Or at least I assumed it was Kiara. I found this expensive looking box sitting on my desk once I returned, and I wasted no time in opening up and examining the contents. The pen itself apparently made from extremely high quality materials, and the cursive A and R logo rather fancy under the light. I made a mental note to get something for Kiara as well. Kiara as well, before pocketing the pen next to Conan's number in the and packing up my belongings for the day. But as I'm slipping out of the library's back door, I noticed Tio, Eleanor, Leon, and Jay all standing around the alleyway's entrance in an avid conversation. Planning their outing, no doubt. And despite the cold treatment Tio gave me earlier for rejecting his offer, it was nice to see Eleanor out and making new friends. Deciding not to ruin their fun, I quietly sneak out the back door and take the opposite route home. But something at the back of my mind must have mysteriously been bothering me, because I didn't even feel like visiting the manga store on my way back. Jeez, whatever this is, I hope it pass soon. Me home! Once home, I waste no time in shrugging out of my work clothes, preparing something to eat, and getting ready for bed. There has been no like sign or like talk about of Ren, and that scares me. Cause like he's planning something. I know that man is planning something. That man is gonna do something. Oh no! That man is planning something. I swear. I know he is. I know he is. That man is planning something. My cat won't shut up. I need to count up how many times my cat will just decide to be like, oh, hi, hello. I've been given a cat. A cat has been given to me. I've been given a cat! Oh my god. Oh 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 god. Ah. A cat has been given to me. Oh my god. Hi. Your ass is in my face. Ah, you slapped me! You little shit. You little shit, you slapped me! Once home, I waste no time in- oh, I already did that. The new chapter for Always With You would be out soon. That reminds me! There's a chapter for freaking BL I'm reading that has a new thing that came out and I never read it! I need to read it. And I was interested to see what would happen between the main character and his love interest next. I know what happens with the main character and love interest tonight. Of course, no one could ever replace my beloved Haruko, but he was slowly starting to climb his way up my list. Unlike some other mainstream love interests, he treated the MC with so much respect and adoration, and seeing their strong bond somehow filled with an unknown empty gap in my heart. That's called loneliness. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking, but I've always longed to have a deep connection like that with someone. Yet, in all my years of living, I've never actually found anything remotely close to it, let alone in the city or in Kunlun Bay. But I couldn't help but let out a happy sigh at that before realizing just how silly I was acting and replacing it with a scoff instead. Well, whatever. At least I still have my fictional crushes. But just as I was about to pull out my phone and check the latest chapters out, Leon's name illuminates the screen. And almost like second nature, my finger taps the button without so much as a second thought. His warm voice and the ocean immediately greet me, and I find myself wondering why he's still on the beach at this hour. Probably starting to pack up after a day of volleyball with a few of his friends, no doubt. Hey, yo, Arrows, you're not busy right now, are you? I know it's kinda late. Leon? Hey, not at all. I'm just getting settled into bed. What's up? So, I met up with Jay and Tio today. He was going about how his little get-together he had planned for tomorrow. You know, the one involving your coworker. Oh boy, here we go. Well, he told me that he didn't feel like tagging along, and Leon seems to trail off after that. I can almost hear the gears turning in his head as he tries to think about what to say. Actually, can I be honest with you for a sec? I actually called you to see if you'd be changing your mind. You see, something big came up with Jay, and he can't make it tomorrow. Oh, this game really wants me to be there! I don't want to cancel on Tio either, but I figured it'd be awkward if just me tagged along with a supposed date with Eleanor. I could definitely understand where Leon's coming from. I mean, just mere hours ago, I found myself in the exact same predicament. I honestly didn't see the point of tagging along, especially if the date had nothing to do with me. But leaving Eleanor alone with Tio would definitely make things awkward for sure. Before I can dwell on any further, Leon's voice pulls from me for my thoughts. So, I was thinking, if Elle and Tio end up hitting it off, maybe we could sneak off and go to the beach instead? It's not like we'd be needed for that. After all, and besides, I still owe you something from our favorite ice cream stand, remember? I couldn't help but laugh at that. Oh, please, that promise was from years ago. I honestly thought you'd forget all about it right now. No way, a promise is still a promise. If you let me copy your math homework, I'd buy you your favorite ice cream in return. Bet you didn't think the ice cream stand would close for a week, huh? Or the fact that I'd be somewhere overseas a week after that. Oh, alas, mini-me didn't have the ability to predict the future. Eros, yet. Someone had to humble you. Aw, come on, I was barely 10 years old. Who's gonna humble a kid? Leo, I keep saying Leo like my dog's name. Leon's laughter fills the silence, and I can't help but think back to all too familiar ice cream stand on a pier. One dairy creamed thought soon leads to another, and the next thing I know, I'm thinking about the date I shared with Ren. Would he like ice cream? What flavor would he choose? And after what happened yesterday, would he even go back to the pier in the first place? My thoughts only spiral after that, and I find myself wondering if I had the chances to run into him tomorrow. Probably do. He's probably watching you right now, like some sort of like device in your room. After all, Koan Bay isn't that big of a coastal town, so it wouldn't be strange for us to run into each other again sooner or later. I mean, I literally met Ren at my own workplace because we shared a few common interests in books. His just so happened to be about native lore. That kind of stuff wasn't something either of us could control, and I was most likely looking too deep into it. Still, I barely had the opportunity to see him at all today. In all honesty, I was starting to miss him. In fact, it was almost as if I was beginning to have a pink-haired enigma withdrawal or something. Jeez. Eros! Still with me? Crap, it's spacing out on Leon again. Sorry, what'd you say? Boring you to death with all my yarning, am I? Don't worry, I'll let you get some rest after this. I just wanted to know if you'd reconsider. I promise I won't let Tio ruin our day tomorrow. Besides, it'd be good to catch up again, yeah? Just like old times. Should I? I don't have. Why is there a. Hold on. We can decline it? And that would be my second time? Okay, because I feel like I would accept it. Because, like, after all that, I'd be like, oh, I really don't like him, but, like, dude, oh. I like I could escape it. Plus, like, what would I do? What would I do after that? We can decline it, or we can just accept it in very, weird letters. Honestly, I'm curious of what Ren will do. If he'll just go absolutely berserk and kill everybody. Maybe he will. Maybe he just will. Who knows?
Except Leon's after.
Perhaps it's because there's some chance of bringing Ren again, but I find myself agreeing after all. Besides, no longer felt like Tio's request, but rather Leon's request. And unlike that musclehead, I had no problem with my childhood friend. I felt better knowing that Leon would be tagging along with me tomorrow. And who knows, maybe even Ren might make another one of his appearances. I certainly hope so. I was starting to feel a bit embarrassing with how much I've been thinking about him lately. He really did stir up a lot of my thoughts, didn't he? With that pink-haired enigma in mind, I confirmed any plans for tomorrow with Leon before saying goodnight and ending the call. I wonder what tomorrow would bring. Chaos. Chaos. End of day 3. Yippee! We did 2 days. Might play another game. Low-key, high-key, high-key, low-key. Low-key, high-key, high-key, low-key. Might play another game. Maybe. Maybe not. Ah. Rainbow bandages, a red tunnel, blue eyes. That's all I can see to recall from my dream as the blaring bzz, bzz, bzz of my alarm puts me from my slumber. Almost groggily, I reached for my phone to turn it off and flopped back into my bed. Curious, I glanced at the screen to check the time, only to get blinded by the brightness of my wallpaper. Ugh. Wincing at the bright screen that practically flashbangs me, I cracked open one eye to read the numbers on the screen. 9:05 a.m. So it wasn't too early then. I still had plenty of time to get ready for the day and possibly make some waffles for breakfast. The batter would expire soon anyway, but I didn't really feel like visiting the bakery this morning. With that plan in mind, I let out a sleepy groan and rolled out of bed. Muscle memory kicks in, and my immediate reaction to open the blinds for some much-needed sunshine. When I glanced at my windows, they were already pulled back. Oh. Oh?! Sunlight had been pouring into my room for who knows how long, and I didn't even notice. When did I open them? I swear I closed the blinds last night. In fact, I was confident I did, because there's no way I'd be getting any sleep after finding out a potential stalker was creeping outside my window. Don't tell me someone broke in again. I tried not to focus on the twang of dread slowly building up inside a pit of my stomach. I wasn't about to get too worked up again, so early in the morning too. It's not what I needed to start my day with. Deciding not to dwell on it for now, I stand up and gradually work at the kinks in my body. No way I was going to let this ruin the outing I had planned with Tio, Eleanor, and Leon. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We were supposed to go to the aquarium today. With that in mind, I take a mental note to dress up appropriately as I walk over to my closet. Absentmindedly, I run my fingers through some of my clothes before pulling something edgy from the rack. My usual styles never let me down before, so I decided to stick with this theme of wearing something similar. Had a few matching pieces and accessories before giving them a cursory glance. Feeling satisfied with the items I chose, I nodded in approval before heading up the bathroom to change. I doubt the hot water would work this early in the morning, so having a nice refreshing shower was definitely out of the question. Well, not that it really mattered. I still need to buy some more shampoo anyway, and... Huh? Strange. Is my toothbrush holder always a solid black color? Could've sworn it was gray. Picking it up from the shelf, I gave it a once over. The Haruko print was still there, yet it somehow felt heavier in my hands. But then again, I don't exactly go around meticulously measuring how heavy my items are in the first place. Jeez, it is seriously deep overthinking, huh? Well, whatever. Putting the holder back on the shelf, I must focus my attention on the reflection of my mirror and give a appreciative nod. The outfit I chose looks perfect, and once I put everything on, all I'd have left to decide is how I style my hair. Absentmindedly, brushing my hand through my short white hair, I try to come up with something that'll look good. An idea comes to mind, I immediately set to work. Oh, see, we need to check on this too. Let's see what's new. Gay, homosexual gay. Our plane's so scary, we should cancel all airlines immediately. I feel like it's going to rain soon. Here's a high one. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, you made me so happy.
I think, therefore, I am. They all have pretty good ones. We can see where everybody's at. Can I see where I'm at? Ah, you there. Whoops on them Misa Toons. There's blood on it. Did I change profile picture? Ah, keep it. Gay, homosexual, gay. Tired, dude. I say that yet, I'm probably, even if I stop streaming, I'll probably do something. Oh. An hour flies by and I've somehow managed to get dressed, style my hair, and finish my breakfast in record time. With nothing else to do, I decided I might as well kill my time in the entry by picking out what shoes to wear. But just as I stop in front of the shoe rack, something in the rear of the front door catches my eye. A letter? Odd. My door doesn't have a letterbox, so I usually have to visit the front desk to collect my mail. That is, if Violet doesn't bring it up for me. So what was this doing here? No, hold on. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I find myself scooping up the letter and opening it inside. Inside was nothing more than a folded note written in red ink and was a lock of silver hair. Why is there hair in the letter? There's hair? How? Why is there hair in the letter? Why? Huh. Hey, why? Hey, I don't think that's supposed to be there. Why is there a heart beating? Why is there a heartbeat? I don't like this. I can feel it, like, I don't like that. I can feel the heartbeat, dude. I don't like, I can... What? I don't... What do I do about this? What do I... What... what do I do? What do you mean there's a lock of hair? What the... This belonged to... Violet?! What does the note say? A chill runs down my spine once I realized what exactly this item is, and I hesitantly scanned the rest of the note for answers. It simply read, I think she might need a new lock as well. What do you think? And don't bother warning her about this. I'll know. What do you mean? Why does she not have hair? Why'd you take her hair? Let's keep this between us, alright? It'll be our little secret. Who are you? Question mark, why do you have a lock of hair of my neighbor? Why do you have hair of my neighbor and you put it in a letter and slid it under my door to my apartment? What the hell? Was this tied to that loser who broke into my apartment a few days ago? Or was it someone else entirely? That would really rub this. Why did the music change back to but it's still hoppy bop and back and we just oh yeah, a lock of hair, it's our neighbor's hair, you know, no biggie at all. Whoever this stalker was, they were honestly doing a pretty bad job at making their intentions clear. I mean, what exactly were they trying to accomplish by doing this? They want me to stay away from Violet as well? Or just keep silent? What did they get out of blackmailing me like this? And why target Violet specifically? None of this made sense. Now that I gave it more thoughts, I still wasn't sure what they wanted from me either. Why go through all this trouble in the first place? It wasn't like I was doing anything wrong. Maybe moving back from the Bay wasn't a good idea at all. I mean, I left the hardships and turmoil of the city behind for a reason. I wanted fresh air, new faces, and more easygoing lifestyle, things I'd never get in the city. And now it seems like history is only repeating itself once more. Okay, what happened? What made this game weird? Okay, so what happened was we were just about to go out. We had an outing plan with friends, and then we get a letter. We're not supposed to be getting letters. Since since we live like in a high-end apartment, we're supposed to get them from the desk. Well, we got it slipped under our door, so that's already weird part number 1. Weird part number 2, it was written in like red ink, and I don't know if there's logs, but here. Okay. Here it is. She writes a letter. Click my mail. So what's doing there? Curiosity gets the better of me. I find myself scooping up the letter and opening it. Inside was nothing more than a folded note written in red ink. And was it a lock of silver here? So it's hair that belongs to our neighbor. And it says, I think she needs a new lock as well, don't you think? And don't bother warning her about this. I'll know. Let's keep this between us, right? Alright? It'll be a little secret. So, we just got a lock of hair from our neighbor. Specifically our neighbor's hair. And it's telling us not to get a new lock, first off, because we previously got a new lock to stop like someone from breaking in, and apparently the same person broke in and just left a lock of hair from our neighbor. They took our neighbor's hair and delivered it to us. And then said, don't warn her and don't change your locks, basically. And we had a heartbeat thing. So, I'm scared. Mama, I'm scared. Mama, I'm scared. My cat is being so yeah, I don't think our neighbor is alive. She might be dead. Oh, I think I already know who the stalker is. Like, it's no question that knowing who the stalker is obviously, like, you know, the thumbnail. But, like, dude. It's weird. It's weird. It's getting weird. Dude, I am scared. Apparently the demo only lasts like 5 days and we're starting day 4. So, I'm scared. Dude, yeah, and it says this game's like for over 18, so, I don't know how dark this is gonna get. I thought I could live a peaceful life here with my new job and friends, and now I've somehow found myself in more trouble than I could ask for. And what's worse is that after denying my own paranoia for so long, this was, oh yeah, also, we've been feeling like we've been watched everywhere we go, and we woke up with our blinds open, like someone could watch us while we were sleeping, and we closed our blinds, and we woke up with them open. So that means someone broke in again! And they watched us. Great. This is amazing. This is great. Was also convinced that my potential intruder was real after all. Crap, maybe Violet was right. Maybe Violet is dead. I remember brushing off her concerns because the idea of a stalker seemed so far-fetched to me, especially given Colan Bay's innocuous reputation, but now? Admittedly, a big part of me wanted to see if Violet was still home, but another part of me kept me rooted in place. Would it be safe? Let's introduce a little— No, dog, just go! Get like a gun, get a knife, get anything! Walk in there and see if your goddamn neighbor's okay! Why would you just get a lock of hair, your neighbor's hair, and just deliver it to you in the mail after she defended and tried to help you? Suddenly my phone goes off and this scares the living daylights out of me, so much that I end up dropping it on the hardwood floor and clambering and pick it up back up in a panic. Crap. With shaking hands, I record looking at any dents and cracks on the screen as I try to discern the reason for the noise instead. The letter T shows up. It's T-O. Alongside suggestive contact. Someone's ad that I don't remember taking, which could only mean one thing. Tia was calling. Ah, that bitch. That son of a bitch that I don't like. Takes a few failed attempts, but somehow managed to press the answer button and respond with a shaky tone. Well, dang, doll, you sound like you just woke up. Not planning on sleeping in, are you? What? No, Good, because I'm outside your apartment right now. Dog! Okay, now you have someone who's big and strong and can, like, defend you, so go through your neighbor's door and see if they're alive. You have a big, strong man with you now. You can do that. He might be like, you know, a bitch, but he's still not. I feel like he was so valuable to human life. Your neighborhood looks like crap, by the way. It smells like it too. Did you seriously call me just to make fun of where I live? I called you to hurry up, unless you want to walk to the aquarium. In fact, maybe I should just... dang it. My name is Pris. I'm not here some. Oops, Joke's mad. Theo's voice practically oozes smugness as he taunts whoever he's talking to. Most likely Violet. Okay, she is alive. She is alive. She's alive. Before I hear him adjust the phone and continue speaking. Oi, dollface, hurry up, won't you? He hangs up before I could mutter out a response. But still, knowing that Tio's downstairs somehow gives me the confidence to leave the safety of my home. Though not before committing the state of my apartment to memory and triple checking my lock. I have half on mind to quickly snap photos of everything to see if it was touched in my absence, but I doubt I have enough time. Still, if my stalker does decide to come back again, I want to know. But now that I'm thinking about photos, this gives me the perfect opportunity to splurge on some security cameras. I've been needing them for quite some time now anyway. There's all this talk about violent crimes, dead bodies, and murders happening on the news lately, and now this intruder, I figured to be safe than sorry. So deciding to let Tio suffer, even just a little bit, at the hands of Violet, I pull out my phone to scroll through some of the security bundles on sale, and make my way towards the lobby. Okay, now I'm thinking that we're going to see Mr. Loverboy there stalking us, but I don't think he will be in his usual attire. I think he'll be in his other, like, emo attire. He's gonna be in his emo attire, not his, soft boy attire. Tio ended up being uncharacteristically quiet throughout the drive, and if I were being honest, I appreciated the silence. It was definitely odd not having our typical playful banter, but it also wasn't something I needed the first thing in the morning. He also doesn't seem in the mood to be disturbed, given how he clenches the wheel with one hand while the other supports his head against the window ledge like some angsty teen. So, I try to settle further into the admittedly comfy seat of his luxury car. Luxury! He's rich! And focus my attention on the scenery as it passes by. And I already know we have someone on our tail. We have someone on our tail. I know who exactly it is. It isn't long before the aquarium comes into view as Tio looks around for a decent place to park. We must have picked up a busy day to visit, considering the amount of cars parked outside and in the reserved parking area. Though Tio seemed to have somewhere in mind. I just watch as he drive past a very clearly labeled no-go zone and pulls out into one of the empty spaces without much as a reaction. He is one of those guys. He doesn't even wait for me to get out before he opens his door and walks to the front of the car. Not wanting to be left behind, I quickly follow suit. Tio. I was about to question whether he was allowed to park in the employee zone in the first place, but given how he shamelessly pulls down one of the warning signs and tosses it into a bush, I figured that was my answer. It doesn't take long before he's right by my side once more and ushers me towards the front entrance. I can't speak. I almost tumble over my feet as Tio pulls me along, but not before almost bowling him over as he abruptly stops in front of me. Look at that, almost like a loyal dog, isn't he? Glancing in the direction he was pointing, I see Leon sitting on one of the benches as absent-mindedly watches people go by. And once he catches a glimpse sight of us, he immediately leaps to his feet and rushes over with a wave and a warm smile. It's a good thing he doesn't bite. I know you would. You would bite. You look like you would bite. You absolutely would bite. At that snarky comment, I nudged Tio with my elbow and sent him an eye roll. I doubt he takes any notice of it, since Leon's arrival takes up all of our attention. Hey yo, looking good, sunfish. Not so bad yourself, oarfish. Hello, I'm here too. Yeah, we know, jackass! Eleanor hasn't arrived yet. She's probably dead. She's probably dead! Scoffing at our playful banter, Tio cracks a joint in his neck and crosses his tattooed arms. However, he doesn't seem to stray from the spot, which meant that he still had an interest in our conversation. At his almost childlike reaction, Leon shoots his friend a cheeky, lopsided smile before continuing. I'm sure she's on her way. She said something about wanting to get her steps in our group chat. Isn't that why she didn't want Tio picking her up? I think there's multiple reasons why she didn't want Tio to pick her up. Actually, I don't know if you realize, but you guys go up for 15 minutes. 15 minutes? God, you should have 5 minutes early, not 15. Really? No thanks to Tio speeding, I guess. I had more minutes to just sit there and, like, actually process what's happening, and you rushed me? Oh my god. And what about you? What about you? I'm guessing you had to walk all the way here, right? There's nothing wrong with getting a bit of exercise in the morning. I'm sure Eleanor would agree. And I just got here, actually. Really? Because it looked like you were sitting on that bench for a while. I just sat down. Long enough to stretch your legs, huh? Okay, yeah, so maybe I did arrive half an hour early. But I was excited. It's been a while since I've been to the aquarium. Even longer since you've seen dolphins over here, I bet. Huh? Can you blame me? We've been separated for years. And now we finally reunited again. It must be fate. No, destiny. Playing along with Leon's dramatics, I lean against the side and clutch at the spot above my heart. It's written in the stars. You guys are genuinely so embarrassing. Hey, we got him away! Yippee! Hearing Tio huff once more, Leo and I both watch as he tries to distance himself by looking at the posters on the wall. And how feigning interest in it, it wasn't like Tio to care much about marine life. All his world revolves around with wealth and luxury, giant tech companies, and probably starting fires. And women. And probably men too. Just fucking in general. Yeah, definitely. He is an arsonist! Are we talking about actual fires or metaphorical fires? Like, is he like arsonist or is he like antagonist? Though for a guy who spent most of his time in the shadows of his father's legacy, I had to hand it to him. Tio was seemingly more down to earth than other people I've met. He didn't have time to spend with us, but he did. And as much as he'd often joke about not wanting to affiliate himself with people outside his tax bracket, Tio sure seemed like to hang out with Jay, Leon, and me. I wondered, does he ever feel lonely? Before my thoughts could delve any further, I felt a gentle nudge at my side. Looking to my left, I see Leon peering at me with a curious expression. You know, I'm really glad you came, but I'm honestly surprised you agreed to this. Surprised? What do you mean? Well, you know, is Ren okay with this? Ren? The guy who met the pier the other day. He said something about your being your boyfriend? Oh no! Choices. We see, oh right, my boyfriend. Ren isn't my boyfriend. I feel like saying Ren isn't my boyfriend would be like making him go to frenzy, because I know he's somewhere watching, somewhere listening, somewhere. He's somewhere. I know he's somewhere. He's somewhere. Thinking about an MC's view, like, saying he is my boyfriend, but he is my boyfriend, he isn't. I just met the dude too, so like, Tuesday demands attention. I hear you, Tuesday. On. I think maybe. No. I think I'll call it. I already see if I did. I think I'm gonna call it here. 1, because my cat. Ah! 2, because I'm tired. Hold on, let me just. Oh, hi, Tuesday. Yeah, she's calling. She does. Eros, wait. You'll quit the game? Yes, I will. I will quit the game. Why? Because I'm ending stream. That's why. I'm ending stream. That's why. Tuesday, I'll get you in a minute, baby. Get you in a minute. Eepy! But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I know I did stream earlier, and I kind of got out of the streaming mood, so I stopped, but then I started again like an hour later because I got in the streaming mood, but... So, I'm gonna call it here, I guess. Oh my god.